Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, I'm here with the all-new Adam Audio D3Vs. And one spoiler alert is that these speakers sound much better than many of the big studio monitors. So let's get into some technical stuff and also my personal experiences and also some interesting topic you might find yourself enjoying before you actually buy these units. So a quick background, because this is your first time actually seeing me on YouTube. I'm a big fan of Adam Audio for a very long time. Years and years ago I became a very big fan, since my first monitors I got from them. However, I personally am going to be brutally honest about these specific speakers. And no, this is not a sponsored post, I'm actually going to be very honest, because I want your trust. So first of all, these speakers are desktop monitors. So they're not meant to be for gaming or for something like that. They're actually meant to be studio monitors, even though they're small size, as you can see right here. They are packed, as you can see here, with 3.5-inch woofer that gives you about 80 watts of power, and you have their unique, very unique ribbon tweeter, which gives you another 40 watts of power. And if you know about Adam Audio and why I'm such a big fan of this company, is because of this ribbon tweeter right here, because this thing sounds like no other monitors you'll ever try. Now you might be questioning yourself about this base port that's located here and from the other side, as you can see. Well, actually the bass isn't boomy at all, and that's also the thing I personally like about Adam Audio and all of their speakers. I have like 3 pairs of them right now. No matter how hard you push your audio, your bass won't get boomy, you won't get harsh, high-end, and you'll get tons of RMS pure power. In terms of build quality for both of them, as you can see, they are very solid. They are not like sloppy or something like that. They will sit tight on your desk and you won't have any rumble coming from them, any other artifacts you don't actually want to hear from studio monitors and a manufacturer like Adam Audio. Now, more technical stuff. This is your main speaker, because this one has controls. You can press this button to power them on. You can double click this to switch from analog or digital input signal. You can click only once to mute your audio. You can click 3 times to swap left and right channels. Besides green, blue and orange colors, they also featured purple color, and that's where your firmware updates. So you can also see that color coming from these speakers. And also, in case I forgot, you have also the red color, which can be seen when you power them off or when you, for example, push your signal very loud, so they have safety feature. Now, in terms of the back panel, as you can see here, you have tons of options for connectivity. So you have these classic 1/4-inch cables for left and right channels, or brand new feature for Adam Audio. You can use USB-C for digital input, which can be very useful, for example, if you're on the road and you don't want to carry a lot of cables and you don't actually need to have an audio interface for this. So this works without audio interface. For 1/4-inch connections, you have to have an interface. Now, if you look down here, you have a separate connection that connects your left and right speakers, so they can be very compact for on the go, so you don't have a lot of cables coming from one and from the second speaker. Now this is pretty awesome, right? However, it's getting even more awesome, because these speakers, the D3Vs, have room calibration. So not all of us work in a completely treated space like we have here in our studio. That's why Adam Audio featured here on the back side room calibration settings on this speaker. So you have for the position, for the desk, and for the room. For the position you have the stand, wall or corner, depending on where you actually put the speakers. You have for the desk for none, small or large, depending on how big your table is, if you put them on the table. And for the room you have the treated, moderate and untreated, depending on how much of a room isolation or nothing you also have in your studio. Now, a very unique thing about these speakers and the company itself is that they featured this angling fit, as you can see right here. It's angled at 15 degrees, which makes it very natural for your listening position, so you don't have to angle them using, for example, books or some shelves. They feature this angling fit so the tweeter and the woofer can be positioned directly in your listening position. Now, to get the benefit from this angling position, you have to position them in a triangle, which I explained in many posts of mine. Before we actually talk about how they sound as they are, I want to mention that studio monitors are much different than consumer speakers. Studio monitors are made to be flat in terms of response, or neutral if you want to call it like that, because these speakers are meant to give you a flat response so you can actually hear how the audio is really sounding, so you can adjust using your EQ, your compressor, or other processors you use with the mixing or mastering. Now, since these D3Vs have a lot of power for their size, they're equipped with 4-channel amplifier, which gives you enough power and enough quality to work with these studio monitors within your studio. Or in my case, since I have much bigger other monitors right here, I have 3 pairs of them, I use these ones as my reference. So for example, after I master, since I'm a mastering engineer, I like to check how my audio and my master from my client sounds on multiple devices such as TVs, phone, car, and I also like to check on smaller devices such as these ones. Let's dive into who shouldn't actually get these speakers. So if you're looking for a very hard bass response, very deep bass, or very almost harsh high end, or if you're looking for something that can be achieved with only huge hi-fi or some insane speakers, D3Vs might not be for you. Or overall studio monitors, because studio monitors are meant to be neutral, and they are not meant to have an outstanding bass right away. They're meant to tell you how the track and how that audio is sounding really. Also, if you're looking for a lot of power, like 500 watts or more, these monitors are not for you, because you should maybe get their A7Vs, A77H, S series and more. But now, who should definitely get D3Vs? If you're a producer that starts out in this industry, in producing or mixing overall, these studio monitors can definitely make you realize how important neutral response is, since they'll give you the real picture of the audio material you're hearing and you're working with. And I'm not there to sell them, I'm completely honest, because this is how I started. I started with much worse studio monitors than they are, and they served me well. So if you master the art of using a specific studio monitor, you can get whatever you want with them, even though you don't have some expensive speakers as I do right now. But my personal advice is to take one brand, in this case, in my case, Adam Audio, and then try to elevate your way around their specific studio monitors. Now, hopefully this quick walkthrough through these studio monitors help you to realize and to actually decide if you're actually going to get them. My personal advice is to get them if you really need them. Don't get them just to get them. If you really need a pair of, for example, reference monitors, as I did, get them. If you don't have any monitors and you want to start with some monitors, they are basically the best option you can get. If you want to upgrade your sound system and to actually enjoy listening to your mixes or masters, definitely make sure to get them, because I listen to them. Even though I have more expensive speakers, I like listening to them because they sound really awesome. And for the end of the video, I want to thank to Adam Audio individually, because I've been working with the company for a very long time, and the reason my personal brand and my teammates work with this brand is because of their quality. I had to pick many brands when I wanted to choose the one I'm going to pursue, but I picked Adam Audio and they never disappointed me. When buying studio monitors, look for that. Look for the brand that actually doesn't disappoint you and that actually provides value. In this case, I never saw a brand that provides as much value for the community, quality, for basically everything, attention to detail, like Adam Audio. So if you want more videos like this, make sure to leave a comment, follow us on social media, and we are there, I personally, to educate you and to review more gear like this. Now, this review would be very boring if I just started opening the box and do all of the things that other people do. Now, I'm just going to quickly show you a few pictures of the box so you can get an idea of what kind of packaging they're placed in. So let's roll the pictures right now.